Most men are living like worms, letting disrespect and negativity chew through their confidence like a parasite. They crumble under the slightest hint of disrespect, reacting impulsively or hiding away like cowards. Here's the truth. The world will never stop testing you. And if you fold every time someone disrespects you, you're finished. Disrespect is inevitable. It's part of life. But how you respond to it defines everything. Weak men break, strong men rise. And today we're pulling lessons straight from the Stoics, real principles forged in fire and sharpened by hardship. Because if you don't learn to control yourself, the world will control you. Here's why this matters. If you don't master your reactions, you'll always be at the mercy of anyone who crosses your path. Every insult, every slight, every ounce of disrespect will own you. It will dictate your mood, your focus, your productivity, and you'll never achieve anything worthwhile if you're constantly thrown off balance by petty nonsense. The Stoics understood this. They trained their minds like soldiers train their bodies. They hardened their spirits against the unpredictable storms of life. And if you want to rise above weakness and mediocrity, you need to do the same. Lesson 1. Detach yourself from emotion. When someone disrespects you, it's like a match striking dry tinder. Your emotions ignite in an instant. Anger surges through your veins, frustration coils tightly in your chest, and bitterness settles like a heavy stone in your gut. They crash over you, unrelenting, like a tidal wave threatening to drown your clarity. Yet, the Stoics understood something profound. True power lies not in suppressing emotions, but in mastering them. Marcus Aurelius once declared, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." But how often do we forget this? How often do we relinquish our power to fleeting emotions, reacting impulsively, rather than responding with intention? To embody this principle is to claim sovereignty over your mind. It means, in moments of provocation, you pause, you breathe, you allow the initial surge of emotion to pass without seizing control. Instead of lashing out or sinking into resentment, you create space for rationality. Picture yourself as a mountain amidst a storm. The winds may howl, rain may pour, but you remain steady, immovable. Ask yourself, what good comes from a reaction fueled by unchecked emotion? Weak men are slaves to their impulses, flaring up at the slightest provocation, their actions mere knee-jerk responses to the chaos within. But strength, true strength, comes from restraint. It comes from the ability to look at a disrespectful comment or a hostile encounter and see it for what it is. A moment, nothing more. It is your response that defines you, not the provocation itself. When you detach yourself from the emotional turmoil, you reclaim your power. Suddenly, you are no longer a victim to another's words or actions. You are the master of your response. You assess the situation with a calm, deliberate mind, like a chess player contemplating his next move with precision rather than haste. This is not indifference, it is discipline. It is the ability to choose your response not out of emotion, but out of intention. Would you rather be the fire that burns uncontrollably or the hand that wields it with purpose? To rule your emotions is not to banish them, but to harness their energy constructively. The man who acts with purpose rather than impulse is the man who commands respect, both from others and, more importantly, from himself. Lesson 2. Master the art of indifference. Epictetus taught that we suffer not from events themselves, but from our judgment about them, a truth as piercing today as it was centuries ago. Think about it. How often do we surrender our peace to the careless words or actions of others? When you allow disrespect to rattle you, it's as if you're handing over the reins of your mind, granting others control over your emotions. Why offer that power so freely? Instead, cultivate indifference, a calm, deliberate choice to rise above the trivial. Picture insults and petty slights striking you like raindrops against tempered steel, cool and unyielding. They make contact but never penetrate. Indifference isn't about detachment from the world or blind apathy. It's about clarity and discernment, the ability to separate what is worth your attention from what is not. Would you let the barking of a stray dog ruin your walk through a beautiful garden? Most insults, criticisms, and judgments are no different. Background noise, unworthy of your energy. Treat them as such. When someone speaks ill of you, consider their words from a distance. Do they reflect who you are or merely who they are? By choosing indifference, you're not ignoring reality. You're defining it on your terms. You're declaring with quiet strength that your peace is yours alone to command. Why bend under the weight of words that mean nothing? To master the art of indifference is to embrace freedom, resilience, and a power that remains unwavering regardless of what or who tries to diminish it. Lesson 3. Control your response. Seneca wisely remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And how often do we find ourselves at the mercy of our own emotions, surrendering control to anger, frustration, or fear? Imagine standing in a heated argument, words flaring like sparks. Your pulse quickens, muscles tense, and your voice rises, almost instinctively. Yet in that fleeting moment of choice, what if you paused? What if you reclaimed your power, refusing to be a puppet to your emotions? Responding deliberately is an art, a quiet mastery of oneself. It's the difference between snapping back defensively and offering a calm, measured reply that disarms and diffuses. Silence, when wielded with intention, can speak louder than words. A well-timed smile, gentle, unwavering, can disarm hostility more effectively than the sharpest retort. Consider how a seasoned negotiator remains composed even under pressure. Choosing words like a craftsman selects tools with precision and purpose. Their power lies not just in what they say, but in the calm restraint they exercise. Why relinquish control when you can shape the outcome? Mastering your response is more than mere restraint. It's a conscious decision to rise above provocation, to act rather than react. After all, true strength isn't about overpowering others. It's about possessing the courage to govern oneself. Lesson 4. Recognize the source of disrespect. Disrespect often stems from a place of weakness, insecurity, or profound ignorance, a reflection of the inner turmoil festering within the person who delivers it. Imagine a person lashing out with sharp words or cold indifference. Beneath their harshness often lies a fragile ego, desperate to assert control or mask feelings of inadequacy. It's the frustrated colleague who belittles others to camouflage their own incompetence, or the stranger who hurls insults to momentarily forget their own struggles. How many times have cutting remarks been nothing more than the echoes of someone's own pain projected outward? When you truly grasp this, their words begin to lose their sting, like arrows that crumble to dust before they reach you. You start to see through the facade, past the venom and into the fractured person hiding beneath. Their attempts to diminish you become not a wound, but a revelation. Why grant power to the judgments of those wrestling their own demons? Recognizing the true source of disrespect grants you freedom. It allows you to step back, observe with empathy rather than anger, and understand that their negativity says far more about them than it ever could about you. And in that realization, their words become irrelevant, mere noise that fades into the background, incapable of touching the peace you have built within yourself. Lesson 5. Choose your battles wisely. Not every slight deserves a response. Imagine your mind as a fortress, its walls strong but not impenetrable. Allowing every insult or petty offense to breach those walls is like opening the gates for chaos to seep in. Engaging with every fool who disrespects you is not only exhausting but corrosive to your peace of mind. The world is teeming with provocations, sarcastic remarks, condescending tones, blatant disrespect. But ask yourself, is every battle worth fighting? As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. True, power lies not in retaliating against the trivial, but in mastering your own response. When you react to every affront, you hand over your power, fragment by fragment, to those who do not deserve it. Instead, conserve your energy for what truly matters: your goals, your growth, your well-being. Like a seasoned warrior who understands that swinging a sword at every shadow only dulls its edge, you must learn to discern the battles worth fighting. Pause, breathe, and evaluate. Will this conflict matter a week from now, a year from now? By choosing not to engage, you're not surrendering, you're exercising control. Channel that energy into what elevates you, rather than what diminishes you. After all, true mastery is found in restraint, not recklessness. Lesson 6. Build an unshakable confidence. True confidence is not something handed to you like a gift. It's sculpted from the grit of your own perseverance, sharpened by discipline, achievement, and resilience. It's that unwavering belief in your own worth, built brick by brick, through every challenge overcome, every skill mastered, every setback transformed into a stepping stone. Imagine standing on a mountaintop, the air crisp and cool, your chest heaving from the climb, but your gaze steady, fixed on the horizon you conquered. When you've put in the work, when you've pushed past pain, doubt, and failure, confidence becomes your armor. It's the quiet certainty that no storm can uproot you because your roots run deep. And when you truly know your own value, when you feel it pulse through your veins with every heartbeat, insults, criticisms, and dismissive glances lose their power. They become nothing more than faint echoes, whispers lost in the roar of your own conviction. Why should the fleeting judgments of others matter when you've proven your worth to yourself? True confidence isn't arrogance, it's the calm assurance, born from personal growth, the kind that shines through your actions, words, and presence. It's not about ignoring the world, but rising above it, grounded in a truth no one else can shake. Lesson 7. Maintain your composure. The Stoics revered composure as the bedrock of true strength, believing it to be the ultimate mastery over oneself. In their eyes, losing your temper or succumbing to frustration signaled a deeper loss, a surrender of control over your own mind. Imagine standing before someone who hurls insults, their words sharpened like knives meant to pierce your resolve. Most would respond with fury or indignation, feeling compelled to defend their honor or dignity. Yet the Stoic remains unmoved, their gaze steady, their breathing calm. Why? Because they understand that to react with anger is to hand over their power, allowing the provocateur to dictate their emotions. Consider Marcus Aurelius, who as Emperor of Rome faced relentless criticism and betrayal. Yet he chose composure over outrage, knowing that dignified restraint would always speak louder than wrathful words. Composure in the face of disrespect is not weakness, it is the quiet strength of a fortified mind. It's the difference between the raging storm and the mountain that stands firm against it. Ask yourself, who truly holds the power, the one who lashes out, or the one who remains calm, refusing to be rattled by another's chaos? True respect is commanded, not demanded, and nothing commands respect more effectively than a calm, resolute demeanor. Maintaining composure isn't just about suppressing anger, it's about transcending it, rising above the petty slights and provocations of the world with unwavering grace. Lesson 8. Learn from disrespect. At times, the most biting criticisms come wrapped in the disguise of disrespect. They sting, sometimes deeply, and provoke a rush of anger that clouds our judgment. Yet, beneath that sting, there may lie a hidden truth we cannot afford to ignore. Have you ever found yourself recoiling from a harsh comment, your blood boiling in indignation, only to later realize there was some wisdom buried in the words? That moment is an opportunity, an invitation to grow, even in the face of negativity. Think of a time when someone's disrespectful words cut through you. Did you instantly defend yourself, or did you pause and ask, is there a grain of truth here? Perhaps the criticism pointed out something you had overlooked, an aspect of yourself that you hadn't fully acknowledged. Embrace this discomfort, because it is often the very thing that propels us forward. If the criticism is valid, use it as a stepping stone to improve. It may feel painful at first, but growth rarely comes without discomfort. On the other hand, if the words were nothing but venom, let them fall away like dust. Do not carry the weight of baseless negativity with you, whether the criticism helps you refine your character or simply reminds you of your strength to let go. You stand to gain from every encounter. The key is in the response, not the insult itself. Lesson 9. Set boundaries. Indifference doesn't equate to passively accepting disrespect or enduring toxic behavior. It's not about being a doormat or allowing others to walk all over you. Boundaries are essential for your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Setting boundaries means you are clear about what you will and will not tolerate in your interactions with others. It's about maintaining your self-respect and teaching others how to treat you. But here's the catch. Boundaries aren't set through anger or rage. They are established with calm, unwavering firmness, like a solid wall that no one can push through. Think of it this way. When you clearly define where your limits lie, people begin to understand that you aren't someone who can be easily manipulated or taken advantage of. They recognize your strength, your quiet power, and ultimately, they will respect you. Do you truly want to live a life where others constantly overstep your boundaries? Or are you ready to take control, to show up for yourself in a way that demands respect without compromise? When you enforce your boundaries, you create a space for healthier relationships where mutual respect flourishes and your peace is no longer up for negotiation. Lesson 10. Focus on your purpose. There is a power in progress that nothing can touch, not even the most cutting words of criticism. Think of it like a river carving its path through stone, steady, unstoppable, and resolute. When you're fully immersed in your purpose, every petty insult becomes nothing more than the background hum of a passing storm. It fades into insignificance, drowned out by the momentum of your pursuit. How could a slanderous remark distract you when you've already envisioned the heights you're destined to reach? The weight of harsh words feels lighter when you're carrying the strength of your ambitions, as though you've built an armor from your achievements. This is why focusing on your purpose isn't just a strategy, it's a form of resilience. The noise of disrespect, no matter how loud, can never drown out the sound of progress. It's like tuning out a radio static as you climb a mountain, your eyes fixed on the summit. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you belong. And when you finally reach that peak, when your success stands before you like a monument, the words of the doubters will seem distant and hollow, utterly powerless. Let your actions, not your reactions, define you. Let them witness your ascent, not your frustration. Conclusion: the world isn't going to stop trying to test you. People will disrespect you, insult you, and doubt you, but your power lies in your response. The Stoics understood this. They built their strength through resilience and focus, And if you want to become unstoppable, you need to do the same. By the way, if you're serious about mastering yourself and forging your own path, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started.